lengthy quotes. Can you give me sort of your interpretation of what happened with
I don't
that
know.
story?
All I know is, like I said, I talked to Leslie over there and said, it happened. Ryan said I didn't say that, and that's what I know.
Okay, but so you got
know.
up there in front of 4,000 people, though, and said that the story was misreported.
Right.
So explain to me why you were able to do that to a reporter.
Explain to me why you're being so aggressive.
No, because you went up in front of 4,000 people and
what I said very clearly when I told Leslie here was what I said was I think that's wrong because Ryan told me he didn't say that.
Okay.
And so that's what I said. And I'm sure if you look back, that's maybe in more words, but that's what I said, was that's not what Ryan said. And the reason why I was confused as to why it was reported that way is because it's just not true. Mm-hmm. And since March, we have been discussing with Corey, Leah, and Chris specifically what the plans for the future are. That they're all graduating. We told them very clearly, they're all graduating. We had ideas for plans for the future. So for Ryan to say at the end of the season they're done made no sense to me. And then when he told me he didn't say it, that's why I felt comfortable saying that, because I knew the actual, no matter what he said, I knew the facts, which is that doesn't make any sense. It'd be like saying, that Leah's not on the show next year. I know Leah's on the show next year, and so it wouldn't make any sense. So I felt comfortable saying that, and I told Leslie I didn't want to, impeach her in any way and say that she was wrong. I'm saying I know the facts, and Ryan told me that's not what he said.
So the three of them will be back.
Absolutely.
What are the plans to sort of bring them? They have to leave high school.
Yep.
So are you already thinking, or have you already decided to make a decision about how you're going to keep them in the fold?
We're trying to, right now we're really focused on what this season is, and we'll probably get into that soon enough, But the plan is to, look, I say our plan is to keep them around and to have them around. And like I said, we've been talking about them for a very long time. And so we will continue to do that, and I don't know what's going to come of it. I don't want to say that. I guarantee you they're coming back, because look, they might come up and they might decide they don't want to come back. Anything can happen. But our idea is to keep them around because we love them all. We think they're all incredibly talented.
Do you feel like the show is a bit of a PR nightmare? I mean, we were just talking to Darren Criss, and he read that it's like, okay, Ryan says he's a senior, but he's, we don't know. Everything's a little bit like, some things are sort of said in interviews, and then they might not even be taken out of context, but they're just said, and then maybe that's not what you want to do.
I mean, I think that the problem is, and we've started to learn this, is that we can't say anything. It's like, the reality is, any other show you get in the writers' room, you're like, well, this isn't totally working. What if we shifted this a little bit? And I think people take it as, if we say something, then it's somehow, eyeball.
Is that why you're being incredibly secretive about the FX show?
No, we're being secretive about the FX show because we kind of want to keep it more exciting. We think it's a fun thing to do. We think it's really different and exciting, and we want to give some room to have people sort of a great viral campaign coming out, and have people, experience it in a more old-fashioned way. Before you screened it at Comic-Con, and then not only was there's a video on it somewhere, everybody's tweeted every single line of it, and you no longer can have the people give that sense of discovery and surprise. So we're trying to keep it a little close to the vest because of that. And we're very proud of it. It's really quite scary.
Will we see Britney Spears come back on? She was so popular. There's been rumors I've heard about Justin Timberlake coming on. Have you guys talked about that? Has anyone reached out to you, or any other ideas?
Reach out to us. The stories we broke, at least for the first half of the season, are so rich with our characters that there's no plan on anything like that. I don't want to say it's never going to happen, because it could happen. We could come up with something. But I will say that there's a lot of rich story that's going to come out.
What about Kristen Chenoweth?
As of right now, there's no plans down.
The interesting thing is that this season has to focus on giving these characters to go through that journey, which is such a deep journey of graduating from high school. Would having any more celebrities, having more importance, would that just be a distraction, or would it?
It depends. I mean, I think if we do it right, it isn't. I mean, I think that I think if you look at that sexy episode last year with Gwyneth, and I thought that was using Gwyneth in a way that was really wonderful and organic to really help tell certainly Santana Britney's story. And I think that it just depends.
Gwyneth has popped up on the Glee tour a couple times. Have you guys ever thought about bringing her back, because now there's rumors she's got a singing contract and everything, she's having her?
I would. Anything Gwyneth wanted to do.
So she would, if she called you guys and said, I want to come back,
She's Gwyneth Paltrow. Yes. Who's going to say no? She's a delight, and just also incredibly I think brings a great energy, and that character brings a great energy to the show, and she's a great talent. Everybody, to a person, absolutely loves her. She works so hard. All the cast love her, and there would be whatever she wants to do.
Has she expressed interest in coming
I
back?
think so. I mean, you'd have to ask her that. We'd love to have her. It's also always going to be a matter of time and the space for it. But I would, I never say no to Gwen. I don't think anyone would say no.